Thoth Tahuti, Jehudi, Tahuti, Sahuti, Tetu. Titu was an early Egyptian deity. He was a popular deity throughout Egypt. God was most revered in the region of Khnum Hermopolis Magna, where he was worshipped as part of the group of 8, as his cult grew in power. Myths were rewritten as the creator god. According to these myths, Thoth in the form of the sacred animal ibis made an egg from Ra and was born. According to other myths, Thoth created himself. In one poem, he was also thought to have been created by the group of 8 gods. Originally the moon and the sun were thought to be Horus' right and left eye. According to legend, Horus' left eye, the moon, was injured in battle with Seth, and Thoth repaired it. As time passed, the moon became associated with Thoth because its crescent shape resembled the beak of an ibis. During the late period, Khnum became important and became the capital. Archaeologists have found thousands of mummies buried in his honor in this region, although Osiris and Isis are generally credited with bringing civilization to humanity. Thoth is thought to be the inventor of writing, medicine, magic, and Egyptian civil and religious practices. He is even more beloved for the invention of music and is more associated with Hathor. Thoth was also the patron of scribes and the written word. He became an underground scribe, recording the decisions of the dead in the Hall of Math. He was given titles such as Owner of the Scales, God of Balance, Master of Balances, with the help of his wife Seshat. Thoth preserved the library of the gods. He became the scribe of the gods and was often described as Lord of the divine bodies. Scribe of the League of the Gods, Voice of Ra, Counselor of Ra, he sat beside the sun boat on Ra's night sky journey. It was sometimes even thought that Ra had given Thoth to him. Underground, he kept records of the land of the caves, meted out punishments according to their sins, and acted as Ra's representative. In the other world, it is also said that he was the author of the spells in the Book of the Dead and the Book of Breaths. He was given the great title of the author of every work in every branch of knowledge, both man and God. Egyptian mythology also speaks of the Book of Thoth. In this book, the god wrote all the secrets of the universe. It was believed that whoever read it would become the most powerful magician in the world, but his knowledge would be cursed. Some call this book the Emerald Tablet of Thoth. Thoth was a great sorcerer and had a secret vault under the sky. He used his knowledge to help Isis to help Osiris, who had been killed by his brother Seth. He also helped Anubis and created the first mummification ritual, which helped resurrect Osiris. She protected Isis' son Horus by putting a poisonous spell on his body, and always supported his claim to the throne as a young man and always stood by his side in the war. Most Egyptians organized their religious and civil rituals according to the solar calendar. This was not surprising as Thoth was associated with writing and the moon, and in this case was linked to the calendar. When the moon begins to disappear, it is associated with him, and Thoth develops himself as the god of wisdom, magic, and time. He was also used to measure and record time. Some of his known titles were Calculator of the Heavens, Stars and Earth, Calculator of Time and Seasons, and Measurer of Heavens and Planner of the World. Thoth is also thought to be the inventor of the 365-day calendar. According to myth, he gambled with the moon to add 5 more days to the 360-day calendar. Goddess Nut helped him in this game. She was pregnant with her husband or son Ged, but Ra did not give her a day for the birth in the Egyptian calendar. Thoth won a portion of moonlight, about 1/72 of it. This was equivalent to 5 days. So Nut gave him these 5 days, and they became the birthdays for Osiris, Horus, Seth, Isis, Nephthys, and Thoth was also known as a goat, counselor, and a persuasive speaker. In an ancient myth, Thoth and Shur were sent by Ra to convince the Eye of Ra to return home. The Eye of Ra was usually in the form of a tefnut. According to another myth, precious water leaves Egypt. The land is parched and the land is parched. At this time around Nubia, people were killing people and animals and drinking their blood. Thoth and Shu disguised themselves as baboons and went in search of the spoiled goddess. They found her and she was happy. They tried to bring her home, but she would not come home. Thoth said that Egypt was going to terrible ruin, and the land was in a bitter state. He promised that if the spoiled goddess came home, there would be great celebrations. Finally, she agreed and returned to Egypt accompanied by musicians, dancers and baboons. They traveled from city to city, all the way to the Nile and brought back water. Thus great Joe came to the land. He was said to be the husband or father of Seshat, the goddess of wisdom. As time passes, he takes on many of Seshat's roles. In this case, we see her female side. They had a child, Hornet. In Hermopolis, her husband was named Mot. They also had a child with her, Neferher. Sometimes he was also the husband of Mat, because sometimes he was in the shape of a baboon. Sometimes he was also described as the partner of Astenu, one of the male baboons who lived underground. Thus Astenu was simply an aspect of Thoth. Thoth is often depicted as a male. With the head of an ibis, he often holds a scribe's palette and pen. Sometimes he is also depicted holding a nank and a staff. Thoth sometimes wore a crescent moon on his head. In addition to these, he is also depicted wearing the crown of Adaf and the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt. When he acted as the voice of Ra, he carried the eye of Ra. Sometimes he was also depicted as a baboon and ibis. The bird is thought to be related to the moon because its beak is shaped like a crescent moon. The baboon is a nocturnal animal and is thought to chatter with the sun from morning to night. The Greeks associated Thoth with Hermes, the god of messages. They combined the two gods into Hermes Trismegistus and renamed the city of Cnum Hermopolis. In Greek mythology, Thoth is an unknown god in ancient Greek culture, which was influenced by Egyptian mythology. Thoth is generally considered to be an important god of Egyptian mythology. However, I will tell you about Prometheus, the counterpart of Thoth in Greek mythology. Prometheus is a god from the lineage of the Titans, and his story is particularly associated with Zeus, but also with wisdom, intelligence and foresight. Prometheus' most famous story is that he stole fire for humans. Zeus, one of the gods of Olympus, had made a decision not to give fire to humans, but Prometheus broke this prohibition and brought fire to humans, and enlightened them. For this act, Prometheus incurred the wrath of Zeus. And Thoth is known as the patron of writing and storytelling. He is considered the god of the invention of writing in Egypt, and this may have played a major role in the development and use of written language in Egypt. He is also seen as the patron of stories, myths and rituals. Thoth is also known as the god of justice. He plays a role in the process of judging the souls of the dead and is known for his ability to make decisions fairly. This emphasizes the importance of justice in Egyptian society. Thoth is also associated with medicine and healing. In Egyptian mythology, he is known for his knowledge of curing diseases and achieving healing. This may form part of the beliefs and practices related to health in ancient Egypt.